What is up? Welcome to the Supercoach Experience podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Savage, the coach of the Xavier Turbos. I'm joined for the Patreon Q&A with Grant McCann, the coach of the Bulldogs. How's it going?
I'm good, mate. I'm very well. I'm excited to answer some questions. I think it's a big time of year. I know that people are running out of steam with Supercoach, or they've run out of options, but there'd be a heap of people out there who have some important head-to-head finals in the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, keen to help them out.
We're still getting questions, which is good.
There's still a lot of overall to be played. It is a full
for sure.
month. If you look back, and I know it's hard to do, but if you look back at the first month of the season, how far things can change and how far you can move, there's still plenty of moving to be done. And if you're, whether that's someone who wants to jump into the top 10,000 or someone who wants to jump into the top 1,000 or top 100, like everyone's got their goals from here out. And I think there's moves to be made. So there's always questions to be asked when there's moves to be made.
100%. So let's start off with Maddie. Top 3 pod center wings for the head-to-head finals.
Well, you had a really good one in the main potty, I thought. I think Lehigh Hopewada is a very, very good shout. Very interested in him.
I think he is too. I've got him in my side. I think the left wing for the Manly Sea Eagles is a gold mine, especially with Tommy back at fullback and his ball playing. They've got a really good draw. They've got the Dolphins at home next week. They've got the Tigers this week. Then they follow up with the Dragons and then Warriors at home, who could be, the Warriors will be playing for everything. I got no doubt about it because they're probably playing to stay in the 8 at that point.
Yep.
So, I don't know what the perfect answer for that is. But
it's head-to-head finals anyway, right? So
I like Lehigh, but I don't trust Manly.
Yeah, I don't trust Manly, but like if you're looking at pods and you're looking at interesting guys, I think Lehigh, you don't have to worry about round 27 in head-to-head finals. So playing the Dragons in round 26 is a pretty good result. Playing the Tigers this week is a pretty good result. Next week, Dolphins, day game. It's not a scary draw. So I think he's really good. I'm not interested in him this week, but I am interested to see on a week-to-week basis what happens with Phil Sammy. If he gets pushed back out to that left wing, it could happen this week still. Don't rule it out because Keanu Kinney is named in the 18 jersey, and if he comes in, it probably might only be a bench role, but it could be fullback and Brimson to centre and Sammy out to the wing. So I'm interested in that left wing role. He's been outstanding on the left wing. He's had couple of hundreds and a 90 in the last month or so. So I probably don't have a third at this point. I think CTW is a bit of a minefield. You could go someone like Josh Addo-Carr or something like that. But
I like Josh Addo-Carr this week.
I do like him this week. I don't love him every week, but it just depends on what your team needs and how many trades you got.
Yeah, Matt?
I'm always a fan of him. Marion Seve?
Who are the Broncos playing? So they're playing where the points go this week. So Tupou scored 2 late, but the right wing. So, Dean Mariner with Ben Hunt potentially playing the right side and Reece Walsh.
Yeah, I'd need to see what side the Bronco, like which way Walters and Ben Hunt sit on.
Surely Ben Hunt plays right.
Yeah,
that's what he's played his whole career.
He's played a lot of left in the last few years. So
this year, yeah.
He played left and right at St. George. He played right last year, but before that he was on the left.
Yeah, right.
So he can play both, and I think he's very good at it. So I wouldn't be like. I think Katoni Staggs would be very interesting as well. I just want to see where they are.
I love Katoni Staggs.
He's been really good the last little bit. So there's guys out there. I'd be avoiding any teams that are a chance that have a bye. So. Unfortunately, the reason I haven't suggested Alex Johnson, who I think is probably on a week-to-week basis got nearly the highest ceiling, is you can't pick a guy in head-to-head who's not playing the grand final. So.
Does he get the record this year?
Yes. I think he does, yeah. I really think he does.
He's got 3 tries to equal. Do people storm on the field when he's equal or when he's more?
Yeah, more. Yep.
So when he's on... Crazy.
It was like the only one in the most recent thing is obviously not an NRL one, but Buddy Franklin. But that was
1,000.
Yeah, and even whereas I would think it's to break the record. I don't think there's nothing wrong with. I mean, tying it is just as you still hold the record.
Both?
I would suggest that they will, given it's not intended to be like his last ever game or something like that, because I think tying it in your last ever game would be worth celebrating. But I think people will fully expect him that if he doesn't do it this year, he'll carry on and do it next year.
Yeah, right.
Well, the real question is, can he get to 250? because that would be. I mean, it's already insane what he's done, but 250 would be nuts.
Can Tupou get to 212? He's already on 175 or something.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's how old's Toops? He'd be 32 or 3.
He just re-signed for 2 more seasons.
Yeah.
So
look, I think he could get to 200, maybe just over. He'd have to do very well.
I would say he probably scores 15 a season.
Yeah, but he'd have to do really well to do it in 2 seasons.
Have to have 2.
And look, there's nothing to say that if he gets close, that he won't.
He won't beat AJ.
They won't. Well, more like if he won't beat AJ, but if he gets close to Irvine, he might play on for another year and become the second highest. I don't know. I don't know what motivates him, to be honest. Yeah. But I tell you what, 2 guys that have had unreal careers.
Yeah, for sure.
Great servants to the game.
We've got another centre wing. There's not many.
I've
to be honest.
chucked in Adokar and
Adokar.
I mean, if you've got this is boring, but if you've got
I like him in second row.
I just mean if you've got the ability with Kane Bradley to pivot, Fermore's 2 guys in one. So if you've got, let's say there's more carnage this week, more injuries and guys on the bye, you can move Fermore into whichever position you need him. I think that's valuable. I don't think it's an upside play, but I think it's valuable.
Yep. Shepard 294. Who would you say is the best 2RF pod at the moment? I think Fermor. I like Fermor. He's in the top traded in this week, which I like. He's got attacking upside, playing alongside Kieran Foran. I think the only downside is there's not much going about at the moment, to be honest. I don't mind Hudson Young. He's probably not a pod, though. Tino?
Yeah, I think Tino's the one that I'd like to own right now. That's the guy that I'd get in. The other guy that I was looking up was just to see how long Kurt Capewell's out, but it's only concussion. I think Leka Halasima is pretty interesting.
Leka the Wrecker.
I think he's very interesting. But again, this depends on how long you're talking about. Who's the pod for the? Is it the pod for the whole run home? Is it a pod on? This week I think Leka could go really well against the Dragons, but I think it's Tino. If you're talking whole run home, no buys, matchup proof, I think Tino's the guy.
I tend to agree. Brad Thomas, best 1 week play in any position. I still have Herbie, Jules, and plenty of cash in the bank. Can get anyone.
Assuming he wants to win a head-to-head this week.
I would have loved, I pretty much had this exact question last week. I said Sam Walker last week.
Oh, you were bloody right.
But no, I said Sam Walker would score the biggest score of the week.
Yeah, but I mean, to get a one,
you got a 120. So.
Quite often a 120 isn't far off best score of the week. It's not often that someone rips out a 189.
Yeah, he's probably not the one I would look at this week. I'm probably looking towards. Oh, it's got to be Turbo, doesn't it?
Give me Tommy or give me Walsh, I think, this week. They're the ones I like
Walsh.
to...
I don't love anyone in the spine. But Nico and Cleary are good enough, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The Sam Walker's probably in the next tier, but he's got a tougher matchup.
Teddy's got a tough matchup.
Stephen Crichton's got a tough run home. I think Drinky, if you don't have Drinky...
he could be one this week. Yep.
I don't mind
for
him.
a 1 week play.
But then the upside isn't in many other places.
No.
It's funny because we're looking at all these players and all this sort of stuff.
Lomax is interesting if you don't own him. I assume he does, but Lomax is another one that I like.
100% agree. I think it's tricky because we want someone at this point of the year to be able to go 150 plus for us. And the 150 plus guys are the regular suspects. There's only probably less than 10 of them that can do it on any given basis in a good matchup. And I don't think we have that at the moment. So I think that's why it's been so tough.
I think it's just an awkward week this particular week. And that's why I think Tommy probably is just ahead of Walsh for me. I think he stands out to me this week, Tommy. But I still give the Tigers credit. I don't think it's just like a walk. I'm not expecting them.
I think the Tigers could still win 34-30 or something.
Yeah, there could be points in it. But I do think Tommy is the guy that if I had to pick one, that's who I'd go. I think what we'll see each week from here is a little bit more opportunity for that 150. We did the numbers on this a few weeks ago. The 150 scores tend to open up in the last 3 weeks of the season, not the last. And that's nothing. I'm not saying specifically won't happen this week, but it just tends to be that there's going to be more injuries pile up, more suspensions pile up.
We had one on the weekend just because the Dolphins have been shot. It wouldn't have happened earlier in the season. We've had 11 this year. That's 11 150
That's
scores.
pretty big. The numbers that I did them off, they were...
It was 15, wasn't it?
Yep. and so we're on about track for it.
We're on track, probably a bit higher.
I would assume we'll see a few in the next.
We didn't talk about Ethan Strange in the first one.
Oh, what a player!
He's had 2 scores above like 125.
Yeah,
like big ceiling.
Yeah, he was. Man, he absolutely dominated that game.
Yeah.
On the weekend, he just took the game by the scruff of the neck. We didn't talk about it, but I wouldn't be bringing him in because I think there's obviously
he's got to buy.
Well, I mean, even after that, I do think there is a real chance that the Raiders have everything locked up and just rests. And he would be a guy that they rest in round 27 because whilst he's young and he's got plenty of, clearly got plenty of energy and go about him, he's a guy they can't afford to lose for finals. So those are the guys that'll be missing in their team. Probably Tapane, Hudson Young, Strange, Weeks. I would hazard a guess at. Probably Fogarty gets put on ice. Like there's those sorts of guys. Yeah, he was awesome.
100% agree. And Blake 89, as
What's
expected.
he got for us this week?
What is your pre-game ritual before playing sport? Mine is not eating before a game and a little spew right before kickoff.
Jesus Christ.
I actually, mine was very similar. Not the spew part, but I didn't like eating before it because I was like, I wanted to feel like, especially for footy and for cricket, you want to feel lighter, so you're quicker at what you do. Like maybe your mind's not as quick, but your body is as quick as it can be because you're not carrying that extra. But I think like before a game, I've noticed that you kind of need to eat because you don't really eat for hours and hours after that.
Yeah,
So
for cricket, I definitely eat before the game. I didn't used to either. I used to eat quite minimal throughout the whole day, but it obviously affected me. Lots of like cramps and stuff like that. Pre-game ritual. I actually play soccer in winter just for fitness. I've always done that, and we play like Sunday morning, so I'm barely awake when kickoff starts. So my pre-game ritual isn't very good, but
just get there.
Yes, cricket. I like to go to the shops on Saturday morning before cricket, and my partner likes to get iced chocolate or something like that in summer, and we just do like a mini grocery shop. It's just like something to walk around and do, saves us time doing it on say Friday night or something like that when we want to chill. So, it's a weird one that I've added in the last couple of years, but that's all I do, and grab a bit of food and off I go.
I do quite similar, actually. I like to go to my favourite cafe in the morning. Shout out Percy Plunkett. They're in Penrith. I always
Panthers boys are always there?
Yeah, always messaging you guys. Oh, Nathan Cleary's here. Oh, Isaac Tungo's here. They always head there, and I always get to see them. There's Liam Henry's partner works there, and Jake Toby's partner works there, who's North Sydney Bears fullback at the moment. So, just like got to know all them, and it just feels really good when it's nice and sunny. On the last few weekends in the rain, like it's just been miserable. But yeah, I kind of like to do that with my daughter. My daughter does dancing on Saturday mornings now, so kind of tied up with that. But usually pre-game for cricket, right pad on first.
Yeah.
Right pad on first. I like to not put my helmet on too early because every time I see people with their helmet on way too early, I'm just like, it's usually a certain demographic of people that
Jesus
that do it.
Christ,
But like they'll be sitting on the sideline, helmet on, gloves on,
and
ready to
38 degrees,
and they're still 2 wickets away from going in.
Yeah,
I hate that. I hate that.
I'm with you.
I like not to get it on too early. And I also don't like throwdowns.
Yep.
Because
for those that don't know what that means, it's just
practicing.
Hitting balls before you bat.
Yeah.
I think it's actually very handy to actually see the ball before. It is small and kind of there is an element of like actually.
It actually is, and the last time we played cricket together wasn't that long ago. We both put on a nice, good 100 partnership, was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Both got 70s, I think.
Both hit 70s. You scored more, but that's okay. I was actually really rusty at the start. Like I was not seeing the ball.
I was watching.
But that's probably my pre-game ritual. All right, I want to do a quick thing to finish it off. Pretenders or contenders. So we'll start off at number 11. The Dragons, pretenders or contenders?
Oh, we're pretenders. But boy, we've tried hard this year with we've got written off in the preseason. I'm saying pretenders, but I think proud of our efforts.
Manly Sea Eagles, pretenders or contenders?
Pretenders that should be contenders.
Roosters.
Pretenders.
Dolphins.
Pretenders, bright future.
Sharks.
Pretenders.
Broncos.
Oh, injuries have cruelled them. Their ceiling is contender, but right now they're pretenders.
The Warriors.
Pretenders. Losing Metcalf. Poor buggers.
Penrith Panthers.
Yeah, contenders. Favourites.
The Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs.
I think they're contenders. You don't. But has to be bone dry.
I'll tell you what, I'm actually warming into them week on week. I think Cameron Serrato is making the right decisions here and there, and it feels like they're fine-tuning their side just the right way. Like Bailey Hayward going into number 9, I think that makes them, Reed Marnie's really solid there.
Yeah, good service.
I just think that putting Bailey Hayward in there really solidifies their style of playing, which is like hard work defense. Reed Marnie's kind of that disruptor, and I don't think they need that as much anymore.
Hayward adds an element of speed as well, which not to say they don't already have. They've got a lot of small guys in the middle, but like the way he plays off momentum is quite good. Reed he rarely runs. Yeah, he rarely runs now, and I think that's not a huge issue. You want when you got good halves, give them the ball, but yeah, look. They've had 2 really good performances in the last 3 weeks and 1 horrendous performance in between. And I think if they get dry weather, they're always they're a chance of rolling anyone. I think the problem with them is too many, like they have to beat too many good teams in a row. That might be their problem still at the moment. But yeah, I'm
actually not convinced on Galvin either. I think he's a talent, but like I look at him and Ethan Strange put together, and I'm like, I'm so much more confident Ethan Strange can do a job for your side than Lockie Galvin can.
I think he's just probably a bit more. There's a bit more maturity
sure.
there, and he's probably also been looked after in the right way. Not so Galvin's brought some, and his management have brought stuff on himself, but Strange has really been nurtured down there and kept. He's out of the way of everything in the Sydney media and just things like that. I think it's been really good for him, and he looks really good too.
Melbourne Storm.
Oh, I'm borderline here because I haven't seen them play well enough recently. Like I don't think they're anywhere near their ceiling, but that also makes them contenders, I think.
I think this is very similar with the Bulldogs for me, that we don't think they're contenders now, but they've kind of just fallen short the last couple of years. So maybe they're just approaching it different because usually this time of year they're firing all guns blazing.
Yep.
So
they're smashing teams. Yeah,
I think the fact that they're second and they haven't played their best footy, it could be a scary sign for the competition.
They need Pap on the field though.
Yeah,
he's filled in admirably, but they need Pap there.
Canberra Raiders.
I think they're contenders.
You think so?
Yep.
Wow.
But I think they're nowhere near where they will be in 2 years as well.
You think they'll be better?
Yeah, substantially.
Yeah, it's funny because usually I say with a team like the Raiders that I don't think they have the strike power to do it, but I think they've just got enough in certain positions that they can kind of attack from anywhere. Whereas like the Storm, if you just cancel out Hughes and Munster and Harry Grant, like
if you can just do that, yeah,
if you can just do that, but like
you just cancel out 3 of the best players of the game, that'd be great.
Or like the Panthers, cancel out Nathan Cleary.
Yeah, well, here's what I think: the Raiders have a really good record against the Storm. The Raiders have a pretty good record against most of the 8. I think that they've struggled against the Dogs, and they've struggled against Penrith. But if they can get the Storm in the right week, they could go all the way to the grand final, I think.
Yeah, I think it depends on they'll get a home final the first week, and then if they win that one, then I think there's every chance they win a prelim. Yep. It'll just be circumstantial. They just need to win on their day.
I think once you get into that Final Four, like any team for the most part can probably win for me. I think Penrith are rightly or should be rightly favourites.
Yep.
But they've been... every year they've gotten a little bit more beatable. They're playing some good footy at the moment, though. I've enjoyed watching Penrith play again. And as annoying as it is, they're just like ever present.
And who do you think who are the best 3 players in the competition at the moment?
At the moment, I think Isaiah Katoa can't be forgotten. I think he's played some amazing footy without a great side around him, to be honest. I think Tedesco's had a really good year, and he had a quiet little period there, but showed again his class on the weekend. I don't know. I think Harry Grant's been really good lately.
Yeah, he has.
I think Harry Grant's been really good lately. Yeah, I'll go that.
I'll go number 3. Oh, I had it in my head just before. Number 3, I'll go Mitchell Moses.
Yep.
I think he's the most influential player in the game. I think Latrell Mitchell is very similar. He could be up there, but probably hasn't played enough footy in the last couple of years to put him there. Number 2 for me is James Tedesco. I think arguably he should be number 1. He's been the best fullback in the competition for years.
Yep.
The Origin snubbing is, I feel like it was warranted. Just the style of play. You've definitely got to go with the style of play for Origin. But yeah, it's just unlucky on his part. But it's preserved him for Clubland.
Yep.
Number 1's Nathan Cleary.
Yep.
He's by far the number 1 player in Clubland.
No, I like that we've had. Oh, absolutely! I like that we've had two different looks at that. Like I've gone for sort of who's been playing good footy over the last 6-8 weeks, or that last period, and you've gone for who are the genuine. Because I do agree. I think those are the 3 best or most influential, or whatever. I'd need to see Latrell. I'd probably need to see Moses on the park a bit more in Clubland. I'd probably could look at guys like Payne Haas and stuff like that as well, but they're not as influential necessarily in the traditional way. Para look a different side whenever Moses plays. I agree with that.
Interpreted so differently.
Oh, I completely agree, but I love that. I think that's really good.
All right, thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, let's do it.